Hello. So, it has been 3 weeks since my last recording. Nothing much has gone on. Well, that's not true. So, I'm doing I feel like some really big steps into this whole writing thing. But it has become much more difficult than I anticipated, in the sense of letting myself write whatever I want and trying to write a good book. And I've read a bunch of, the blogs from writers and, the tips and pointers, and I, so that's where I'm kind of stuck. I have a character in my book, Aurora Speaks. His name is Pete, and in this first book, I want to not only set his, backstory, but I want to start to touch on what his life is going to be like outside of the State House. And initially, I was really leaning towards him not doing well, towards him maybe being a drug addict and kind of strung out when Aurora tries to find him. Sorry. And I kind of just sat there staring at this section in my manuscript that I'm writing, and I just didn't feel like I could connect to that. I didn't feel like I had been there, and so I didn't feel like I have the right to write about it. I think that this book is so personal, and these characters are just essentially, they're just these different facets of who I am. Not like multiple personalities kind of a thing, just, different parts of who I was, who I am, who I thought I was at different points in life, and each character represents such an important part of who I am. And I felt like I couldn't write about Pete being a drug addict if I wasn't a drug addict. And I don't want to become a drug addict, but it did cross my mind to try meth. Oh God, I can't believe I just said that out loud. Well, I've asked all my friends and, family, like, what their input is, and they all say it's a horrible idea. I think of it as like method acting. These amazing roles that people have played, as an actor, you become that role. You have to become it so much that when we're watching the movie, we believe that you're that person, that you are somehow going through that struggle. And no, I'm not an actress, but I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book with characters that I want you to connect with, that I want you to bond with and to care about, and to feel the pain with them and feel joy with them and feel the struggle with them. And I don't feel like I could do that and fake. Not that, this book is like totally a nonfiction, it's like the memoirs and all of that. It is a fiction, dark young adult. These are all made up characters, everything's, but that's such a huge part, I think, of someone's experience, and I don't think that I can fake that for anybody, for myself, for a publisher, editors. There are some things that I've experienced, some things that I've experienced through other people, through friends, through family, that I feel I can write about and emotionally attach my own strings to these characters. And that's just not one of them. So I've had to let that go. I sort of had already developed this whole life for Pete that centered on or revolved around him at his dark point, being a drug addict, and that's not where his life is going to go. And it's kind of opened my eyes to the assumption that people have of other people based on childhood, based on their circumstances, based on their parents, based on their siblings, based on, the standard box that people want to put other people in. And I feel like that's what I was doing to Pete. I feel like I was putting him in a box, and he couldn't be anything more than a strung out guy who couldn't handle his past and the real world. And granted, it was a community decision, I guess, from friends and family that I not go and experiment in that realm of the world. I know that through these last 3 weeks of struggling with this character and really connecting to him, maybe I'm taking this whole book writing way too seriously, and if the editor was like, I want to change all of this and it's just too much, or it's not, I feel like, no. Like, this is my life, I'm just way too connected. Maybe it'll turn around and bite me in the butt, and maybe other people will read it and connect just as much. So I decided that I want more for Pete. I think he can do more. He's gonna struggle, because who doesn't? But he's not gonna fail. I want him to be someone positive for Aurora. I want him to be able to be that shoulder for her. Now, I haven't decided if there's a romantic thing or just a friendship thing, or, that awkwardness thing, but, right now they're just kids, so we'll see what happens. What else is going on? I have a .com. I have a website. I was recommended, and it was highly suggested, and I was pretty much told to start to develop a website, like an actual professional website. Insane. And start doing apparently like this whole business side and promotion side that comes with trying to be a writer. So, can you imagine Mark Twain with a Twitter account? Like, what the F would he tweet about? Like, I try to be witty and relevant, and I don't know if I am. I don't think I am. I think I entertain myself, and I entertain those who love me because they're amused by my multifaceted desperation. But the thing is, with this like craziness that is my brain, I have 407 ideas, so I start 312 of them, and I finish one. So I have like all of these screen names, all of these online identities, or online, name tags or whatever they are, and I feel like I'm everywhere. I feel like, I want everything to be in one nice place. I like this whole website idea where it's all just coming from one place, but there's like, I'm everywhere. I have, my website under my name. I have this YouTube channel, like you can search under my name, but the thing is under hashtag just Jen, because I went through a hashtag phase. I'm still addicted to hashtags, but I didn't really think that one very far ahead. But and then I have stuff from like pre Crazy Town, and that's all under like my wifey, mommy, homeschooling, baby things, and that's that's just not where anything that I do is now. Like, none of that is my life anymore, and I don't want to get rid of it or anything. I need the me now to be relevant and connected. And so it's really overwhelming to get online and to have to check like 4 different, .coms or Gmail things so that I can figure out who's trying to contact me where, who's finding my stuff from where. So I just want to write a damn book. And you can't just do that anymore. I mean, I guess someone could just sit down and write their book and be like, hey, Random House, publish me. And they're like, okay, done. And now here's 4 movies. But no. Editors are all on the phone like, check, where's your website? Oh, I don't have a website. Well, how many followers for on your Twitter? I don't know, like 12? Well, you need more followers on Twitter. You need a Facebook that's connected to this book you're going to be doing, and we need to get some momentum behind this name and the title, and I'm just lost. Totally lost. I don't think Aurora would be into the whole Facebook business. Just gonna put that out there. So I know I read a lot of poetry on here, but I'm just gonna kind of just do updates and events and maybe read some more poetry, maybe read some excerpts from Aurora Speaks. I don't know, that might be exciting. I have 10 subscribers, so I don't think it really matters anymore what I do or say. But it would be cool, how like Justin Bieber can pull up when he was on YouTube at 6 years old singing that Baby and the Beat song or whatever it was. It's kind of, it would be cool. I'm, super famous, and I can look back at these totally lame YouTube videos and like, oh, those were the days. But for now, I feel like if there's anyone I can connect with, even myself, then I'm gonna do that.